Hey guys, this is your host Nitin Binhani, and a very warm welcome to my startup podcast channel Jazair Audio, where we share real stories with real learnings.
In today's episode, we will unravel the downfall of premium beauty app Kult, a startup that burnt rupees 130 crore or $15.2 million, left employees unpaid and vendors chasing for dues. Kult allegedly was being shadowed and influenced by Rahul Yadav in the background. His notoriety and financial mispractices pulled Kult from its peak into a catastrophic situation that it is today. Let's unpack the story into 5 parts, followed by the lessons for the founders. Part 1. The rise of a pretty idea. Kult started off looking like a dream, a beauty tech platform launched in 2019 by Crore, the wife of Rahul Yadav. It aimed to help users discover the right skincare routines and premium beauty products. The timing was perfect. India's D2C beauty space was booming, with digitally native brands and creator-led businesses growing at a faster pace. Kult even made waves in 2023, citing partnerships with Estee Lauder, Huda Beauty, etc. CEO Karishma proclaimed Kult to be the go-to platform for premium beauty. However, behind this shining glamour, things were very messy. Part 2. The ghost problem. The main person causing the chaos wasn't even part of Kult's leadership, but was pulling more strings than the founder Karishma. It was none other than Rahul Yadav, her husband. Rahul has a tainted reputation at Housing.com, followed by his financial mispractices at 4B Networks that collapsed owing to the alleged rupees 288 crore or $33.7 million fraud case, including misappropriation of money earmarked for salaries and vendor payments. Kult was closer to a cult of personality, orbiting around a shadowy influence. Rahul wasn't even the CEO, nor was his name on the official leadership team of Kult. Yet, allegedly, he was making all the key decisions at Kult than its founder. Part 3. The numbers talk. In the FY 2022, Kult earned just rupees 2.2 lakh or $26,000 in revenue, while spending over rupees 8.1 crore, roughly $1 million. By FY 2023, revenue rose to rupees 2 crore or $234,000, but the losses ballooned to rupees 60.3 crore or $7.1 million. At the same time, rupees 15 crore or $1.8 million was secretly transferred from Kult to RY Advisory LLP, a firm owned by Rahul Yadav. It was an interest-free loan for so-called advisory services, with no clarity on what those services were. No answers were provided by CEO Karishma or Kult's leadership on the said transaction, and things only got worse. Kult owed over rupees 10 crore or $1.2 million to its vendors, with Estee Lauder alone owing rupees 3.2 crore or $374,000. Kult owed over rupees 15 crore or $1.8 million in unpaid salaries to its employees, according to internal sources. Kult also owed rupees 63 lakh or $3,600 in goods and services tax, or GST. Another rupees 5 crore or $585,000 in tax deducted at source, or TDS, remains unpaid. Even a recent announcement that Kult had raised $20 million in funding, supposedly from M3M Family Office and Venture Catalysts, remains doubtful. Venture Catalysts outright denied any such investment, and M3M Family Office has maintained a radio silence. Former employees described Kult as a startup of illusions, like peeling an onion. There were layers of misleading information, fake front or shell companies, with advisors that no one could really identify. Part 4. The same playbook for different ventures. If you followed Rahul's previous ventures, you'll see a pattern here. Housing.com ended with a lot of drama involving Rahul Yadav and fights in the boardroom. His second venture, 4B Networks, which raised a massive rupees 288 crore or $33.7 million from InfoEdge, The latter then alleged fraud and misuse of funds, including misappropriation of money earmarked for salaries and vendor payments, leading to complete write-off. And now, Kult, a startup that was getting tens of thousands of orders each month and partnered with growing online beauty brands. Yet, it ended up being drained, allegedly, to fund associates, repay old favors, and cover up prior liabilities. An entity named Asuser, which connects back to 4B Networks and is under Economic Offenses Wing (EOW) investigation, was allegedly used as a route for Kult's funds. One employee put it bluntly, "We were asked to retain brands that weren't getting paid, convince creators to work on promises, and keep employees calm, even when salaries were at least 3 months late." Even more damning? Kult's subsidiary Rush Beauty Mart, supposedly in charge of beauty operations, was reportedly transferred to Kult e-commerce. Again, no transparency or any explanation on how or why this happened. Part 5. The aftermath: lost money, shattered trust. Let's list the journey of wreckage. Rupees 130 crore or $15.2 million spent and lost, with only rupees 10 crore or $1.2 million earned in revenue over its lifetime. Rupees 15 crore or $1.8 million given as an interest-free loan to Rahul Yadav's company, RY Advisory LLP. Over rupees 15 crore or $1.8 million in salaries not paid to employees, vendors, suppliers, and influencers not paid to the tune of over rupees 10 crore or $1.2 million. Kult took loans from NBFCs, and the interest on these unpaid loans is growing. Kult's financial records were mixed up with real estate dealings connected to broker network. Zero accountability. No one has taken responsibility for any of the above misdeeds. Kult even turned off the comment section on its Instagram page. They didn't want public outrage on the platform. An ex-employee perhaps summed it up best: "Stay away from Kult, the biggest scam in the making." This isn't just another failed startup. It suggests that investors didn't do proper due diligence. There wasn't enough regulatory oversight, hence it was easy for those responsible to hide behind complexity. Finally, lessons for founders. So what can we, as founders, investors, actually learn from the downfall of Kult? Here are 5 important truths. 1. A founder's reputation follows their startup. Your track record isn't just about exits, it's about ethics. If a founder has burned investors and employees before, they'll likely do it again. Rahul Yadav didn't just suddenly become a problem at Kult. He brought his controversial history with him. 2. Lack of openness is a big red flag. Things like giving interest-free loans to companies owned by insiders, unclear ownership structures, or hidden shell companies are serious red flags. Run from them, or better, expose them. 3. Funding doesn't equate to legitimacy. Just because a startup announces it has raised $20 million doesn't automatically mean it's a solid, trustworthy business. Always ask, who's really funding this, and why? 4. Pay your employees first. Employees are the backbone of any startup. Delaying salaries, ignoring emails, and making fake promises is not hustle, it's exploitation. And it always comes back to bite. 5. Every scam shows a system failure. This isn't just about one bad actor. Jasa Rodeo has covered scores of startups that failed due to absence of investor accountability, weak governance, and/or founders' blind ambition. If our ecosystem doesn't wake up, we'll continue to see more startups from rise to ashes. Folks, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Join us next time as we continue exploring the dynamic world of startups and the valuable lessons from their journeys.